own power. It's our money. It's knowing what to do with our money that we work so hard for on a day-to-day basis, and being able to put your money where it belongs. And we haven't been taught that. And when I say we, I mean our community.
Yes.
We haven't been taught that. A small few know it, have had business owners in their family.
And I'll say one of those things with that, when he talks about some things that we have not been exposed to, receipts. So let's just keep it real simple. And this is so much to it, which is why we want you all. We want to just give you a few tidbits because Mr. Yarbrough is going to have a more of a thorough insight to give you a little bit of more details and explain it even further tomorrow here at WVON in the Legacy Room. He's going to have a session to give you better insight and details about My Econ. But one of the things that I was very impressed with was the organization of receipts, okay? So depending on what your job is, there are a lot of things, and we talk about how other cultures are trained, and they are equipped with the knowledge of how very simple, mundane, everyday things that other people have learned the tricks of the trade to use that economically to reinforce your finances or to give you tax breaks or things like that, we throw away. Oh, let me get rid of all these receipts in my purse, from gas receipts to things, your car, depending on what you do for a living. Your car could be an asset to your and things like that. And sometimes people can have the $5,000 a year in receipts that could literally go towards tax breaks. And those are some of the things that this program teaches you. Also, how to save money. That was another thing that I was impressed with, was how you can say, hey, how much money do I need to save to have this type of retirement plan if I want to spend this amount of money? So it's almost like a life calculator where you can input data to, this is what I make right now, this is what I can do to save money at a certain amount of time, and what I need to do for this type of retirement. So it kind of takes a lot of the guesswork out, and you don't have to pay a lot of money for someone to sit down with you. And it's very user-friendly, Dave. I have to be very honest. So
I'm glad you're being honest.
Yeah. So I could lie, but that's not going to help anybody. So I know you're not here alone. So let's talk about your colleague. So this very beautiful sister here. I want to put her on camera, Dave, because she's pretty as you.
No.
So let's get into. So you work with Dave on My Econ, and give us your input on this system that people could immediately put to use.
My name is Angela Williams, and I am a executive vice president, Infinity, with My Econ. So I am at the top position of the company. Actually, my cousin came into My Econ, and that's how I was introduced to David. But what we're doing is we're going into every household, we're going into every high school, we're going into every church, and we're really talking about financial literacy. But most importantly, it is about making people sit down and have an intimate conversation about their money. You know, so in My Econ, we're going to talk about budgeting. We're going to make sure that you know where your dollars are going to, because most people get paycheck, but you don't own your paycheck because you owe so many people. So we're going to show you how to eliminate your debt faster than just budgeting alone. And we're also going to teach you how you can repair your credit so you can increase your credit score. We're going to show you how to not only just save, but we want you to be saving and investing, because your money should be compounding. And so we're going to teach you the different investment vehicles. So you should know the difference between a CD. You should know the difference between a money market account. You should know ETFs. You should know mutual funds, and you should be in stocks. You know, as African Americans, we spend about $1.3 trillion a year by supporting capitalism. but we need to participate in capitalism because we need to own stocks and companies, we need to own land, and we need to own real estate. And so My Econ is going to really give you the blueprint to get out of debt and invest and build a financial legacy that you can pass on to your children and your grandchildren. So that's what it's all about.
I love that. You know, one of the conversations that we have quite often here at WVON is the lack of wealth conversations that we have with our children, with finances between our spouses, and most of the time in life we live check to check. And I think that one of the myths about money and wealth is that you have to make a certain amount of money to save, or you have to make a certain amount of money to even consider investing. For some reason, those are still very scary words, or we feel like that we're not at the table investing. I don't have any money to invest. I'm barely trying to save up for my kids to go to college. And I think that's one thing that kind of keeps us at a certain level because of the myths of what you need to do to participate in the game. And that's what I love about this. It gives you consideration of what you can do. And you can invest with as little as what?
You can get started investing for as little as $5 a month if that's what you have.
Right.
We're gonna teach you the different vehicles that you can use, that you can start investing in. I mean, you can even open up custodial accounts for your children and have your children buying stocks of Disney and Nike, so that by the time they get ready to go to college, they'll be able to pay for some of their own.
So did you hear that, parents? Not buy Nikes, buy stock in Nikes.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Okay, and there's another a handsome young man in the room, and I'm sure you have something to contribute when it comes to My Econ. I love when, you know, black men and money is a turn on, and I'm not trying to come on to you, but I just want you to add to the conversation, brother. Introduce yourselves to the WVON family.
My name is Kendrick Russo, and I'm from New Orleans, actually. I don't actually live in Chicago. I'm from New Orleans. I came out here for this.
Gumbo in Chicago.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I'm EVP Gold in My Econ.
Yes.
I basically joined My Econ because millennials need this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 32. I went to college for 2 years. You know, most college people, we go to school and we get out with a lot of debt. We don't know how to even pay off the debt, but we went to school for 4 years and they don't even teach us how to pay off the student loan.
Now that is the truth. You said something like that. Keep going.
So my main thing was stuff like that and credit repair, because it's a lot of people looking to buy houses, you know, in our neighborhoods, but they don't even have credit to buy the houses in the neighborhood. So what we do, we rent for 10 years, paying $1,000 a month.
Which is a mortgage. And sometimes it's two. Sometimes it's two.
That doesn't even make sense to me. And I'm 32. If it doesn't make sense to me, why does it make sense to a 50-year-old?
Exactly.
But they're renting for 10 years and they just gonna rent the rest of their life. They don't even have a retirement plan because they paying $1,000 a month for rent and they don't have nothing to put away. So that's why you see the people in Walmart working, because they don't have no plan. Nobody taught it to them.
And we all know the future belongs to those who plan for it. So we talked about investing money. We've talked about credit repair. We've talked about knowing how to set up to pay back loans. We've talked about how to play the tax game and how to get money back that we spend, that we really do. And this is not about like playing a game and juggling or buying kids from Shaniqua down the street who got 8 kids and she gonna sell you 2. We're talking about true navigating through a system that was designed for you to win. But the problem is that the ignorance of it. And not the ignorance of uneducation, but just not knowing this particular thing. And this is what Dave and his team, who has traveled bi-coastal to come and share with you tomorrow, and to be able to put you guys in the game. And according to what Dave has said, if you got $5, you can get in. You know, you can get on the table. And I've got a pocketbook. You can take the average woman, start me out on Friday. By the time I get off work on Friday to Sunday, I promise you I got about 12 receipts. what do those pieces of paper, we throw receipts away like it's nothing. And we don't think about the continuation of how that is used as a tool to help us navigate in our lives. And those are the simple things that make a difference when it comes to winning financially and building wealth, which is a difference. So if people want to get like a head start, Dave, on kind of checking out what we're talking about, where can they go to indulge in a little bit more information? Of course, we want them to show up and come meet you here at WVON tomorrow at 6 p.m. 6:30 p.m. in the Legacy Room. And for all the WVON family, you all know that's 1000 East 87th Street. Dave and his team will be here, and they will be able to show you and navigate. If for nothing else, just come take a look. This is free. It's not going to cost you anything, but come and hear about something good. Summer is just starting. And spring is here, and we tend to spend just as much money in the summertime as we do in the Christmas months. And we just got out of tax season. April 15th just passed. So it's almost kind of like the new has just started. So I don't know exactly what you got back in your taxes or what you had to pay. But according to what Dave said, let's put it all on Dave. Dave said put it all on him. If we listen to him and give him a chance to talk to us and share some things, that this time next year, it could be a complete difference to turnaround. Now, this isn't the only thing that Dave does. This is a cool thing. That this is nothing that's going to consume your life. I think you probably can spend less time on My Econ than Candy Crush. Okay? So let's start there. So one of the cool things I talked about the receipts. So like you can take a receipt from Walmart and take a picture of it, and it just like whew, it goes into cyberspace and it files your receipts for you. How cool is that? That's kind of clever and cool. So don't mind me, I'm a bit of a nerd. But I'm really excited about seeing the difference and what happens. And I'm looking, because I spend a lot of money. And let me be honest. See, the more real we get with this, the better it is. Okay, because of what I do, I'm a vice president as well. Women run the world. So I'm an executive. So I think I get my nails done quite often more than the average person who's not doing anything, because it's what I do. I'm in executive offices. I'm meeting with CEOs and other presidents and vice presidents. So a part of my grooming is what I do. So, I have to wear suits. I have to wear business dresses. I travel a little bit more. So your Lyft receipts, your gas receipts, all those things are capital and investment that you can use to write off to invest in what you do. So these are the type of the smart money moves that we have been missing for years that makes a difference in why others, in quotations, I'm putting my air quotes, others are winning and we are not. When we talk about paying back school loans and figuring out what is the plan with that. And we get out of school and we have this debt of tens of thousands of dollars, and basically the rest of our lives are committed to paying back these tens and thousands of dollars. And it doesn't have to be that way. And this is what they're going to help us and show us tomorrow here. Anything else that you want to share with us about My Econ, Dave, and what we can expect tomorrow that will take place?
I think everyone who comes down can expect to get a good amount of information.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll see a vehicle that they can utilize for the rest of their lives.
And this program is in your phone, correct? Right. It's just in your phone like any other app that you use, that you manipulate. And I always like to compare this to mundane things that we indulge in, because it's so easy to make an excuse about, I ain't got time for that, or that's a little bit too much. But when I think about the people who live on Facebook, I don't even know how they live their lives. Because if I look at another dinner, if I look like somebody else's fried chicken, and fried chicken look all the same, I ain't seen a piece of chicken that look different. I don't care what type of seasoning you put on. I've seen Millennium Park. It's just what I'm saying, what we use our time to do. And it's cool, and I want everybody to have a good time. But also indulge in some of these apps and things like that make better use of your life and your time, and that can help you financially. And I know this is not the first time that we've heard about things like this, and I know that I want to address some of the negatives, Dave, before people walk away and say, well, it sounds like something else. Sometimes it sounds the same, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same. So I am putting my name on this because, I was reluctant, and it had nothing to do with you, Dave, personally. It's just that these type of situations and similar things we've come across before. So I want to chop down all the, I want an 8-mile list like rabbit. Let me give you all the negatives first that I know you're going to say, so at least you can come down and check it out. And it's free, and tomorrow's going to be beautiful. So just something, if you just want to be nosy, blame it on VON. Let me stop out there. I ain't never been inside the VON. Let me go walk around and see what's going on. So come out and check out Dave. I'm excited to get started with my program with this. I think it's something very useful, and I'm going to tell you one of the other things that you mentioned about the program. So we talked about credit repair. We talked about financial investment. We talked about tax breaks. And what are some of the other features in this system that people can look forward to as well, Dave?
I think you pretty much touched on all.
Okay. I feel like it was one more treasure that I didn't mention. It's very overwhelming.
Your membership, you're also going to have access to your own attorneys. And so
Boom.
if you ever have any legal issues.
If you ever, are you black? All right. So here you go, okay?
You have access to that. I recommend everybody, you'll get a free will. Especially for single moms.
Wow.
I tell you to get a will. You want to be able to say where you want your children to go. If something was to happen to you, you're also going to get access
Heaven
to
forbid.
certified public accountants to answer any tax questions that you may have. You're also going to get access to discount travel, discount eating, discount shopping from the company. So it's one of the best opportunities and businesses that I've ever came across with, because I've been in the business industry for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the Mary Kays of the world and a whole lot of other direct sale companies. Mm-hmm. But for the first time, there is a company that's actually teaching us about money and teaching us how to manage money. And I'm just going to end by saying I was in corporate America making a significant amount of money, and built my first house when I was 27 years old. Nice. And in 2008, the economy crashed.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I had about $80,000 saved, I didn't expect to be unemployed for 4 years. And when that fourth year hit, I ended up losing everything, including the home that I built.
And that's just life.
And so if people don't get anything out of what we say here, I want them to understand that you have to have a plan B in place. Your sole income can't come from just a job, because you don't own it, you don't control it, and you can lose it at any time.
Now, if those aren't words to live by, and if that does not inspire you to bring your behind down here tomorrow, and all that we're asking is come hear what they have to talk about. Come take a look at it and see it for yourselves. Everybody listening, Salt Players Club, never trust anybody's information but your own. So you don't have to take our word for it. Come down here and check out My Econ. It's an app. It's simple. Everything today is made very simple, but doesn't mean that it cannot change your situation. Everyone here has other jobs, but this is something that can not only improve your current situation and add a plus to it, but there's another plus that I'll let them reveal to you tomorrow about this. This is a system that everyone can use from 16 to 66. And I believe that to my heart. And I'm trusting because I've actually, let me say this, that I've known Mr. Yarbrough for 20 years. And he's always been a good brother, intelligent and innovative. So that in itself is enough to make me trust that this is something that is simply put going to be good for me and good for you. So come down here tomorrow at 6:30 when you get off work. Grab something quick. If you want to eat some dinner, come down here and check out what these people have to. All my millennials, come down. You guys are just getting started. You are further ahead, so you can really take this. And if you've been thinking about how to handle those bills, because if you're the same age as this brother right here, all of the delays and deferments is over. It's time to start paying those bills back. So let's get a plan together. I want to thank all my wonderful guests tonight, including the daughter of Dick Gregory, Ayanna Gregory, the daughter of the struggle. I miss you, Kendall. I hate that your car broke down, but as always, I can hold it down because you taught me how to hold it down. It's the Sunday nightcap. I want everybody to be safe. Have a wonderful work week, and I'll see you tomorrow here at WVON 6:30 in the Legacy Room for My Econ. And as we always say on Sunday nights, church and tabernacle.